Walls Could Talk.
Hi, I'm Tym Moss.
I'm Wendy Stuart, and we're here together today.
We are in person.
And look at we're
this.
all nicely dressed.
Yes.
Don't we look good, Tim?
I actually wore a jacket because we have such a special guest.
We have a
today.
special guest. Tim really turned it up, and we both have our little, what do you call this thing over here? What do you call yours?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I named mine. It's like Mildred. Like Mildred is straight today. Sometimes Mildred's curly. Sometimes Mildred is a little flipped.
Yes.
Why do we have this thing? Does it make you feel safer?
I don't know. It's just how Marky always cut it.
I love it. And Mark is an amazing hairdresser. But I had a hair and makeup person tell me, Wendy, you always like having that piece there because it makes you feel safe. I guess, you know, it's kind of like bangs, right? People who are listening, you know that like it makes us feel safe. Thank you. You put up with me. It's like amazing. Thank you.
Anyway, we had incredible week. I'm sure you've been out and about.
I'm like out. Oh my God, I'm out all the time, and I'm taking antibiotics so I can't drink. Not that I'm a big drinker, but let me tell you that one little cocktail helps. Woo! When you don't have it. I first of all, the amazing David Mills, who I saw do 2 incredible workshops at Pangea Red Eye.
That was here. Oh, he was at Red Eye.
He was at Red Eye, and I mean, he is definitely one to watch. The timing, he is so politically incorrect and so funny.
Yeah,
he's a combination of that British humor, because even though he's from here, he lived there for like 12 years. It's a little bit Brit and a little bit politically incorrect American. Makes for a very, very funny person. And Tim knows I went to this dance marathon in Brooklyn. Yeah, at the Good Room.
Yep.
Which like 5 amazing DJs. I did dance for 5 hours. I only took one 15-minute break. Ladies and gentlemen, no alcohol. I had no alcohol, didn't touch a gummy, didn't do anything.
That's our Wendy.
Did it on cranberry juice and ginger ale. My new drink, yes. Let's hear it for cranberry juice and ginger. And of course, Marie Connor, who's amazing, who's launching her new musical.
No, that was here.
Girl Shock was here at Pangea. Extremely well attended. Love the music from it. I think she plans on doing a workshop version of it now at Theater for the New City. So onward and upward. Another one to watch. We know incredible people.
Yes. And speaking of incredible people, I was at I was downtown or in Chelsea, and I happened to think, oh my God, Andy Troy was having one of his events downtown. So I popped in and said hello, and it was an actors event, and it was very fun. But I'm my main focus. Yes, he's hysterical. My main focus right now is I'm one of the producers. I'm helping create this amazing art project with 9 incredible artists up in Riverdale in the Bronx, and they're all members of the trans and gender nonconforming community, and the art is amazing. It's a 12-week process, and last week was halfway mark. That was week number 6. So it's moving along, and it's called Transcend, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful, incredible project.
And the timing, I'm glad you're talking about it, because this Thursday is Transgender Day of Remembrance.
Yes.
There's going to be memorials going on all over. Specifically, I know the City Council one, and I know at the LGBTQ Center here in New York on 13th Street. And on my other podcast, TriVersity Talk, I am having one of the amazing speakers, Simone Krauss, who wrote the book Just a Different Rapping, which how cool is that? And she's working on another book. And we are going to talk about the importance of Transgender Day of Remembrance and why you need to say the names, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Why you need to remember everyone's
And I will be, I'll be attending the city
one, right?
City Council, down at City Hall.
So I have to tell you, Tim and I are super excited today. We got all dressed up because we really want to welcome this guest. First of all, we wanted her on our show for a very long time. She has done no less than 300 movies in her career, 5 series. I believe there's 6 books out. She also has, this was unbeknownst to me, this side of her, an incredible video show that you can see on YouTube and on all the streaming platforms. It's called Conscious Creation. She channels, she's absolutely brilliant. And I think what I love the most is people call in and she's helping people.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So besides this amazing career, you'll recognize her from The Howling, E.T., and so many more. She's known as the Scream Queen.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just welcome Dee Wallace.
Yay.
See, you do not
I
disappoint.
did not get the memo to get dressed up for myself. You should have sent me the memo.
Oh my God, Dee Wallace, have you seen yourself? You are gorgeous.
Yeah, you're
absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And can you show people what your shirt says? Because you're appropriately
it says self-love.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, guys, if we don't love ourselves, how can we love everybody else?
Absolutely.
That is the truth.
Absolutely.
That is the truth. So first of all, welcome to the show, Dee. Really excited to have you on.
And you're in LA, correct?
I am.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. We appreciate your tuning in and you're joining us here.
On that 3-hour time difference that we all get, and that we mess up every now and then, right? You're currently now working on, you've got films coming out. I know you're currently working on a film called Southern Scare. Right.
Oh, Southern Scares. Yeah. That one's completed.
Okay.
I have 11 films.
Oh, wow.
So we're above that 300 marker, I think. It's just,
I don't know. You know, I leave that up to my wonderful publicist, Harlan.
Yeah, shout out to Harlan Balls.
Yes.
He is a wonderful, wonderful person. And everybody loves him and a real pro in our industry.
Yes,
so, Southern Scares, you play, you're, for all intents and purposes, are you a ghost in that movie?
Kinda. Yeah.
Kinda, sorta. Spiritual.
It's one of those you can't quite figure out.
Well, she's a flashback out of kind of the early 1900s, late 1800s from an opera house.
Oh, nice.
So I've got the old wig and the old, garb, and it's a very, very interesting script.
I was just going to say that role would be very interesting to play too.
Right.
Yeah, and the whole script is very interesting and interweaves a lot of different video stories into one main story. Very it's very cerebral and yet
I love that.
interesting creative script. And
so did you film also part of it in an opera house and in a video store, right? I love that part of it is in a video store.
Yeah, I filmed in the opera house, the old opera house. Yeah. And then such a juxtaposition. Another film I have coming out is based on an old campfire tale called Licked Hand.
Oh, sweet.
And boy, when they sent me the script, I went, gosh, I'd really like to do this, but I don't know if I can anymore. Energetically, it was another Cujo.
Oh my goodness.
So I met with the director over Zoom, and he said, Dee, whatever you need, if you need to take a break, we've got stunt people, we've got doubles for you. So I said, okay. So I ended up doing a lot of my own stunts.
Of course you did.
But it's a very interesting film, amazing supporting cast. Fell in love with the director, as I did on Southern Scares also. So, and then I've got 3 or 4 kind of lighter relationship comedy films coming out.
I love that there's comedy in the middle of this.
Yeah. I'm very lucky, and I worked really hard not to get pigeonholed anywhere.
Right.
You have a lot to mention, but you've had this incredible career and are having this incredible career. What do you think your secret is for you to sustain this?
Knowing I can.
Love it.
That's right.
As you believe, That's the way your life shows up.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
And I mean, I get asked all the time, how can you be an older actress, and still keep working? And I said, because I have no belief system that I can't.
Yes, yes.
I think when I say that, I say I'm not dealing with anything like that. It's got nothing to do with me or what I'm trying to do. So you just move forward with who you are and what you want to do. But I love that you've had this career with such incredible dimension to it, and that's all you making that happen. I think a lot of people wait for things to happen in this industry. And I've never subscribed to that way of thinking.
Yeah, I've got a great sign that I created. Don't wait, create.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, I love the attitude, just such a positive attitude, positive approach to life, to career, to everything.
We're taught that life just happens.
Right.
Well, it doesn't.
I agree.
The universe responds to your direction.
Yeah.
And if you're not directing it consciously, you're directing it subconsciously through your fears and your beliefs. Do you know that a child's belief system is ingrained in them and created by the time they're 8 years old?
Yes. Yes.
I thought you were even going to say sooner than that.
And those around them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times it's not necessarily their belief system, but their
parents' it's everybody else's belief
system. It's everybody else's,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And we're taught verbally, and we're taught by what's modeled in front of us.
Right. And I think school, when you go to school, the whole thing about fitting into this modular system, I think that's the icing on the cake, all right, of what you're taught. So to move past that, you either have to be incredibly strong inside or very much instinctively connected to the universe.
Yeah. I mean, I made it against all odds. We were very, very poor growing up. My dad was a severe alcoholic, and he was incredibly talented as a creator.
Wow.
My mother was a secretary by trade and an incredible creator.
Wow, on both sides.
Nice.
She was an amazing actress in community theater and in our church. And every Christmas and Easter, she would do a half an hour, what we would call monologue. They called them readings back then, of the crucifixion or the birth of Christ. And people from 4 states would come to watch my mother perform.
Amazing.
And I remember sitting in the pew with my grandma and looking around and seeing all these adults bawling like babies. And I turned to my grandma and I said, I want to do this. I want to make people cry like Mommy does.
Wow.
And I knew right then. So my first part was playing baby Jesus.
Not Mary, baby Jesus.
Yeah. In my mother's religious play, Christmas play. Yeah.
Well, what a good role model right there.
Really.
Hey, you might as well start at the top, right?
Absolutely.
So now you're from Kansas originally, correct?
Born and raised, baby.
Right.
I'm a Midwesterner from Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good people.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bronx. We're good people too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of like being from the Midwest, but
then making the decision to pursue acting and going out to California,
I went to New York.
Oh, you came here.
You started
okay.
What was that like? First of all, how old were you when you came to New York, and what was the early part of your career like here? I'm curious. So is Jim.
Well, I taught a year of high school first, and then I said, I'm going to go to New York and be an actress.
Good for you.
Everybody laughed at me. You don't know anybody. Nobody knows you. And I said, well, thanks for sharing. I'm going to go anyway.
Yes.
And in less than 7 years, I starred in E.T.
Wow.
Huh?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You know, I have found that the people who love you will try and hold you back
Interesting.
to keep you safe.
Yes.
No, that's true. Absolutely true.
To keep you safe and protect you.
Yeah. The intent is good, but again, you have to, like you were saying, you have to follow your vibration.
Right.
You have to.
Were you
You have
connected
to believe in yourself. What?
At this point, I'm curious because we all came, even though I grew up in the Bronx, we all came to New York, right? And I was not spiritually connected to anything at that time. Were you at that time? Did you instinctively know about positiveness and making things happen?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I consciously practiced.
You didn't at that point.
I just was kind of born that way. To tell you the truth.
Because I'm sure there was a certain innate curiosity.
There's a naivete.
Naivete, right?
Yes.
And I'm a big believer in naivete.
Right. I am too.
When you're naive, you don't live in fear.
Yeah, right.
You
that.
just don't. So, I'm off to see the wizard. When is the wizard? That's just who I was. So, and your job, our job, is not to figure out how.
Right.
Agreed.
Our job is to be very clear about what we want. Very clear.
Absolutely.
About what we want, and then feel a lot of love around it and go, okay, universe, let's go.
Yeah.
The universe will figure it out in such better ways than you can ever imagine.
No, I absolutely right. I think the clarity though, because I listened to some of your conscious creations, it's challenging for people sometimes to get the clarity, and you mentioned it to them, to get the clarity of what they want.
Because we're taught not to ask for what we want.
Right.
We're taught
exactly.
Right.
Now, especially women.
Yes, correct. Women. Yep, correct.
So, I knew I wanted to be an actress. So I got to New York. And I went to this little restaurant to have some lunch. And the only place to sit was next to this guy. And, in Kansas, you just start talking to anybody.
Right.
So I started talking to him. He was the nicest guy. We became friends like that. He sat down, he drew me a little map of New York and how the buses worked. And
sweet.
He gave me his phone number and he said, look, you have any questions? And yada, yada, yada. And so we became instant friends. And then I went to an audition, an open call. And I met a guy. He said, hey, you want to go to a Halloween party? And I said, sure.
Absolutely.
So he took me to a Halloween party. At the end of the party, these people came over and they said, you know, we'd like you to come by the office on Monday. We think we'd like to work with you. And I went, okay, what do you do? Well, they were the big agents at March Fields, which were the biggest commercial agents in New York at the time. So they signed me. And
it's a great
the
story.
second commercial they sent me on was for United Airlines, and I booked it. This is what I did. I was the friendship girl, and I ended up, I think, making $20,000.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Which is more money than my mom and dad made in 2 years.
Uh-huh.
You know, well, I thought I died and gone to heaven, you know.
But it's such an incredible story of, like, you know, the girl sitting at the Schwab's counter, right? And it's the same thing. And it happens to you because you're right. It's
the
not
naivete,
even
the openness.
Right. But it's not having stuff all around you. You allow things to come in because
you magnetize them.
You're definitely right. You magnetize them, right? And then
I created my daughter the same way. 6 specialists told me I'd never have a baby.
Wow.
Thanks for sharing. I'm going to go create her anyway. Okay, but I said, I'm going to have a baby, a healthy baby. I just said, I'm going to do it. I'm creating her. Well, so I let go. I had to go to Australia to do a movie to meet my handler who knew a specialist who found the fibroid tumor that was keeping me from getting pregnant. So I could come back and work with an acupuncturist that shrunk it so I could get pregnant and have my daughter.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Now, in your wildest dreams, you couldn't plan that one out.
Exactly.
But the universe can.
But the universe totally can, right?
But you set the intention.
Right. You were going to have a baby. And no one was going to tell you otherwise. And again, you don't have those guardrails up around you. So the stuff can come in. You can, the right person, the right situation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you, if you ask for it, the universe will supply.
I remember when we were in the last doctor's office and he came in, my husband, Christopher Stone was with me. And he said, I'm sorry, Miss Wallace. I'm sorry to tell you, you're never going to be able to conceive. And Chris went like that. And he said, I'm sorry, Mr. Stone. And Chris looked up and he said, oh, no, it's not that. You should just never have said that.
Tell her.
So funny.
Well, he's the one that initially taught me all of this work through a philosophy called conceptology.
And tell us what that is. Yeah, I don't know that, but tell us what that is.
It's a philosophy about, your thoughts create your life.
Yeah, we believe that.
So we would go down to Santa Ana and study with this guy that taught it once or twice a month. And then I found Science of Mind, which is not Scientology. It's, your thoughts.
New thought.
It's new thought. Yeah.
Your thoughts create your life, and what you think is what you get. And,
it's practicality.
So
now, one question I have for you, being from Kansas, did you ever study or were you familiar with Unity?
I was familiar with Unity, and I didn't participate with it in Kansas. I've been back and spoken at Unity many times since.
Yeah, because a
Yeah,
lot of what
amazing.
you're saying are the
Oh,
false
yeah.
principles they're all related. Yeah.
Right in alignment. You
Right.
Yeah,
got it.
absolutely.
Right, you're connected to the Unity Church.
Yeah,
right?
I
Reverend
studied
Yolanda
Unity for a
is
long
also,
time.
yeah. Interesting.
Well, what's so interesting too is religion and spirituality and brain science all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're all saying the same thing, slightly different words.
Right.
But I think it's hysterical that we all have to judge each other and fight each other when we're all saying the same.
When we're all trying to get to the same place, we just have different roadmaps on how to get there.
I do feel a lot of what we're talking about in Native American cultures and traditional, like I've worked in Africa a lot. They already get a lot of what we're talking about. I think what you talked about early on in our conversation about, what we teach here in our culture, right? No, don't ask for it. No, you can't do this. Then you go to school and they tell you a whole other thing. We're shut down at an early age. Other cultures are way more open to it.
Yeah. It's control, isn't it?
It's
yes,
control.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely control.
And where do we learn control first? At church.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
I
no.
know so many people from the limitations of religion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you see, we don't really teach God's word.
Right.
We teach man's bastardization.
Well,
Yes,
it's a
exactly.
man's interpretation of it. Yeah. Absolutely.
God said, these miracles and more will you do also. That's how powerful you are.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then man came along and said, oh, you can't even talk to God. You have to do it through us.
Right. And keep coming back.
And that's a control. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have the answers for you. You have to come to us to get
And
them.
by the way, you need to give us all your land and all your money.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. How did you come about creating conscious creation?
Was that with John?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
With Chris? How did you
come about creating the conscious creation?
It was so long ago, I don't even remember.
I love that. It's just always been there.
But you have it's like over the past 10 years, there's a ton of information in those shows. And
oh my God, it's longer than 10 years.
It is longer than 10 years.
Yeah.
You really hit upon so many things. And as much as I knew about you, I had no idea about that. And I'm like, my God, this is like a whole other thing. And then you go to your website and you've got, your books on there and everything that you've written about all of this on there, which is, it's who you are, right?
But I just want to say your website is imdwallace.com. So please
do.
Yeah.
And I do private sessions.
Wow.
Every day over the phone, sometimes here in person. I love, oh my God, right now, they're just off the charts, the private sessions. And I try I do keep everything very affordable because I want to get this work out.
Absolutely.
I think that's really but even in all the horror films I do, I believe I heal through all those.
Yeah.
Also.
I agree.
And I can tell you for sure that I heal through films like E.T.
Oh my God. Yeah, now, of course. Right.
Well, I kind of wanted to touch on that. You were saying that you moved to New York and a few months later, was it 7 months later?
Yeah.
You were in
7 years
later. 7 years.
Yeah,
7 years later.
In E.T., yeah.
But I mean, and it wasn't just a movie. It was Steven Spielberg and E.T. The impact of that film at that time was a global sensation.
It was all over the world.
It was so
Yeah.
heartfelt. It was such a beautiful, beautiful film. And
It's
to be
our Wizard of Oz, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is Wizard of Oz, but it's
Yeah,
funny because E.T. to this day stays with us. You can mention
Mhm.
that film, and you're right. Thousands of people were really healed by the message,
Mhm.
that the heartfelt message
It struck a chord.
in that film.
I-
So this is the work you were always meant to do as an actor, as someone that channels. It was the work that you are supposed to be doing on this earth. How incredible, right?
Absolutely. You know, I have people, when I do the conventions or public appearances, come up and tell me their stories of how that film healed. One lady came up and said, Miss Wallace, you're a part of a miracle in my life.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
son is 10 years old and autistic,
Mm.
and I never heard him speak, not one word. And I took him to see the re-release of E.T. And on the way home, he said every line that E.T. said in the film.
Incredible. Yeah, really. Wow.
Oh, how
Can you
incredible.
imagine?
Right.
Oh,
I
wow.
said, oh my God, honey, what did you do? She said, I just pulled over
Uh,
and sat there and watched him and listened to him.
mhm.
Wow.
A moment that she
And,
will never forget.
A young man said, you know, I lived in this little tiny town in Texas, and my parents got divorced in the summer.
Mm.
And all my friends, even my best friend, wouldn't talk to me. And then E.T. came out, and the parents in the film were divorced.
Ah,
And
Wow.
all of a sudden, that gave everybody permission
yeah, made it okay,
to
right?
allow me to come back in again.
Right.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But I used to tell my acting students when I taught, you can heal more people in
Mhm.
one night than a doctor can in a lifetime.
Oh, we
Absolutely.
so believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and also, I mean, you had a run of horror films from The Hills Have Eyes,
Cujo.
Oh my God, that movie! I
My
couldn't hardly
favorite.
even. I almost
know,
could
it's
not even
great.
watch that. It was so horrifying when you were in the
Thank
car.
you.
Oh my
Yeah, really. That was real. That was
but
incredible.
and that's one of the things, I don't know how to word this, but you give people permission to get up close to their fears
Yeah.
safely. You know, it's kind of like
Thank you.
you can present them with their darkest and most frightening fears, but yet, and then it's
Right.
okay. Everything is okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because she goes.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a
Right.
lovely compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what it was meant to be.
Yeah, you absolutely go there, and you make it okay for them. I want to show. I chose a clip today from The Howling.
Oh, I love The Howling.
So
One of your classics.
Yeah.
One of your classics.
Yeah, it's a great film. Great
Yes,
film.
yes.
so I want to show that clip now.
Fire
That'll
that's
be
burning
fun.
out of control up the coast tonight. Firefighters have discovered the blaze seems to have started at the Colony, an experimental living community founded by author and behavior expert Dr. George West.
She's ready.
How's she look? She look all right to you? Reports so far indicate that bodies have been discovered both inside and outside the Colony building.
Into a single?
Many of them burned beyond recognition, in what authorities on the scene are calling a Guyana-like spectacle. Now for an exclusive eyewitness report on the incident, we welcome back.
She shows
Update
any
News
sign of
reporter
freezing like the last
Karen
time, go
White.
right to commercial.
Karen?
Take one.
Good evening. From the day we're born, there is a battle we must fight, a struggle between what is kind and peaceful in our natures and what is cruel and violent.
What the hell is this, an
That
editorial?
choice is our birthright as human beings and the real gift that differentiates us from the animals. It is as natural to us as the air we
Did
breathe.
you pass this material? She's not reading
All of
from the
us take
prompter.
it for granted.
We changed it a little.
But now for some of us, that choice has been taken away. A secret society exists and is living among all of us. They are neither people nor animals, but something in between. Monstrous mutations whose violent natures
Ready one? Take one.
must be satisfied. I know what you're thinking because I've been where you are.
That's enough. Leave it.
And it's possible
Leave
to
it.
imagine.
Cut. Leave it!
But I have proof, and tonight I'm going to show you something. Make you believe.
Holy shit. What is this?
Wow!
What are you kids watching?
The news lady's turned into a werewolf.
Oh boy. La mujer se cambió en un lobo. Hijo.
Switch, damn it, switch!
Doesn't that look good? Tender, meaty chunks of tantalizing nutrition. Something
Things I do with special effects these days. Did you see the one about the guy in the spaceship?
It was real. He turned into a werewolf and they shot her.
You're plastic.
Doesn't mean it wasn't real.
Hey, Ernie, put a pepper steak on for me, will you? And a hamburger for the lady.
How do you want that?
How you want it, honey?
Rare.
So there's a whole story about that.
That's why I wanted to let it run, and I want you to share the story with us.
So I had it in my contract. Why? I don't know. I guess it was important back then that my character would never appear as a werewolf in the film. So I was up shooting Cujo, and Joe, our wonderful, fabulous director, called me and said, Dee, all the cards have come back. Everybody wants to see you as a werewolf. I said, I don't care. I really don't care. But can you just make her a little more vulnerable because she's fought against it so hard? Yeah. So Joe and Rob Bottin got together and created this Bambi werewolf, this little
Bambi werewolf.
So that's an animatronic. I'm not even behind the makeup.
No, I figured it was an animatronic.
You know, and that's Joe's wonderful sense of humor taking over. You know, the whole rare thing and the dog food and all.
That was great.
But you know what's so great about it, right? You're on a horror track and then the comedy comes in. And to me, that's the best kind of horror films that become the cult horror films that people love, that they quote things from.
And your delivery was
it was
so
great.
spot on
right.
and so perfectly timed.
Well, thank you.
You probably had a blast making that too.
Well, I was with Chris. We were engaged. You know, we had a lot of fun in our trailer. I can tell you that.
That's so funny.
But you know, we'd spend a lot of time with all those iconic actors. around the fire, listening to all their stories.
Amazing.
You know, and Joe, you know, all those great film clips that are in there. The studio didn't want to cough up the money for him, so Joe paid for him himself.
Wow.
Wow.
And they really do raise the film up to another level. I think so.
Now you had, correct me if I'm wrong, but hadn't you just started dating or seeing Christopher and they were looking for? Was this the film that you?
I had not just started seeing him, but what happened was Dan Blatt, our producer, called me and said, well, Dee, you know, we've got a great cast for you, but we're still looking for the guy to play your husband. And I said, well, what exactly are you looking for? Well, you know, he's got to be really virile, but with a sensitive side. And I thought, oh my God, I'm living with him. And then
again, a set piece, right? A set piece.
Then I thought, don't dare say that. They'll never hire him. So I said, you know, Dan, I worked with this guy, Christopher Smith or Stone, some F word, on Chips. So they went out and they found him on their own and they called him in.
I totally love it.
And he went in and read and got it on his own.
Right.
2 days later, Dan calls me and I pick up and he goes, Dee? And I go, hi, Dan. And he said, oh, you know that guy you suggested? Well, we found him and we called him in and we loved him and we hired him. I thought I was calling his number. I said, you are. There's this long pause. And he says, oh, shit. And I said, look at it this way, Dan. You only have to get one trailer.
There you go. One-stop shopping, right?
That's perfect.
Well, in the end, they were really happy they had Chris on that set.
Well, so were you and Chris in the end really happy. Yeah. So everyone lived happily ever after.
Everybody was happy, but
everyone was happy.
The way Chris was so grounded and really worked from a very grounded place. Not me. I'm like, I get into it and I just, now I'm better. But back then I was just learning how to go from up here and bring myself back here, you know? So somebody thought it was going to be real cute to put blanks in the rifle during rehearsal one day.
Oh, goodness.
When I was in the car practicing and the gun went off and I freaking
oh my God.
They lost me for 3 hours.
Oh my God.
And if Chris hadn't been there, I don't know what I would have done.
Wow.
But man, Chris was gone for an hour and after he took care of me, and then he left and he came back and he said, honey, it's all taken care of.
Right.
Everything's fine. And the guy will never be on the set again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Oh
wow.
My God.
Yeah.
How frightening.
Yeah. Right. Not funny either.
Wow.
No, you know, Joe and Dan, everybody on the set took extremely good care of me.
Yeah.
And everybody was just mortified that had happened.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Well, now you were how long were you married to
Chris?
To Chris?
Yeah, 18 years before he passed.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, he seemed like such a cool guy.
Yeah, totally
and
there.
Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
he played all these, hard, mean. He was the sweetest, gentlest guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think probably the best gift that he ever gave you was Gabrielle.
You know, I think the best gift he ever gave me was himself.
Well,
Yeah.
true. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you ever think why we get these gifts and they're a limited time and then the person's gone? You know, I lost my husband who I was married to for 38 years. He was considerably older, but it's never in the game plan, right? Dee? It's not in the game plan that you're not going to be going through your life with this person. You don't think of that. And then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that is in the universe?
I don't think we're meant to think of it. And right now, you know, we were talking before the show started about how many people are dying and leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a mass exodus right now.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whenever I check in with the channel just says, look, when the soul has an entirely different agenda than what we do on this plane.
Right.
And when the soul has accomplished what it came to accomplish, it leaves. We're never going to understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
On this plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well,
I'm going to get what I call my Ouija out.
Okay.
There's one thing to know, two things. One thing to know about why so many people are choosing to leave right now. Sheets, book, song. From him. Movie? Give me a movie.
A movie? Like
any movie. They shoot horses, don't they?
No, he said E.T.
E.T.
Because we're closing our hearts. We're closing our hearts out of fear. And guys, when we go into reaction, and so many people are manipulating us to be in reaction right now. We have to remember that we are the creators of us.
Yes.
And we have a choice always to choose what we want to create, what we are choosing to create. And when you're in reaction, you are out of creation. So when you react to the raids, when you react to rights being taken away, when you react to Gaza, there is a difference between reacting and consciously creating what you want. Two very different things.
Yes. Yes.
Being in reaction will not create the positive of what you want.
Absolutely.
And that's where we all have to get back to. Because that's the world we want to stay in.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Wow. That was pretty clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Formula by a flame golden line. Is there anything higher? Wow. Wow, I'm kind of stunned by that. But it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And that is a
Yeah.
definite message of our time right now.
Yeah.
Because the creation comes from our soul, from our spirit within. And reactionary acts come from our ego. And if we can get back to that spiritual place, like we should be spiritual beings having a human experience,
right?
And it's so easy to forget that.
Well, and I think so many people think a spiritual experience is soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God energy isn't soft.
Right.
Love energy isn't soft.
Right.
The channel says all the time, love is the most powerful energy we have to create with.
Mm-hmm.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, my love energy that created my baby
Mm-hmm.
was powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the love energy that a mother has when her child is pinned under a car and she goes and lifts that car up.
Right.
Right. Very powerful.
Powerful energy.
Yeah.
And that's the energy of love we need to create with right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now we're right there
I
with
agree
you.
completely. Thank you so very much for sharing that.
That's really incredible message that you shared.
Very powerful
with us.
Mm-hmm.
When you're helping people, Dee, when they like call in on your show, do they ever get back to you after and tell you how they use the message that you gave them?
Oh yeah, and they tell me about the changes in their life, and
love it.
I mean, I just heard from two people this morning. You know, they were afraid to go in and ask for what they wanted at work. You know, and we got everything into alignment and their belief that it was possible. And they just wrote me and they said, okay, Dee, I went in on Friday and I asked for it. And she looked at me and she said, well, I thought I was going to say no, but I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, love it.
You know, somebody else was scared to death to make a move and get this fabulous place that they wanted. And they went ahead and bit the bullet and moved into their house, and they're ecstatic and they love it. And it's all done. And, you know, most of the time, it's our fear of what if.
Yes,
exactly. But
exactly.
The what if thing for most people, that is huge. All right. And when there's so much static around you, like if you look at what's going on in the world, if you look at what's going on in the country, if you read the news and are impacted by things, right? If you're empathic and you're impacted, all of that stuff gets in the way of you directing your own energy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I teach it. And what it comes down to, they're giving me the core belief, something or someone always has to take my power away.
That's true.
That's a core belief.
Yeah.
Very true.
And if someone has that core belief, they will not take that step to complete things because they'll go, what's the use?
Yeah, why bother?
Something's always going to come in to get in my way.
And a lot of people, they're not necessarily afraid of success, but they're afraid that they are truly more powerful than they realize, or more powerful than they can imagine.
Than they can handle.
Yeah.
Than they can handle as people.
Well, yeah. And a lot of people lived with a powerful parent that was abusive.
Right. Yes.
Or a powerful parent that was non-existent in their lives. So power has a negative connotation.
For them, yeah. Yeah. On your
Right.
website, Dee, you have 6 different books. Am I correct?
Yeah.
You have one for children, which I think
love
I
that.
know. How cool is that? Like, that
Yeah.
basically talks about the same things that you would tell adults, but in a way that will speak to children.
Well, yeah, because if our brains are formulated by 8 years old, I want to reach the children too.
Right. It's called, I love the name of it,
Yeah,
Boopalapaloo.
Bapalapaloo. Bapalapaloo.
Bapalapaloo. I love.
And you know what's so funny, guys? Adults, as soon as they look at the name, they get all up here in their head. You can say it once for a kid. They got it like this. Bapalapaloo. Bapalapaloo.
Bapalapaloo. No problem to say Bapalapaloo if you're a kid, right? It's so funny.
It's so funny. But yeah, the first Bapalapaloo book is all about, I get to create me.
Right.
I get to say who I am. Right?
Yeah.
And if we all could get that lesson,
our lives would be magical.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, oh, go ahead.
Do I have time to tell one more story?
Yes,
oh, yeah, please. It's, we're on your clock, Dee.
When my daughter was about 5, she loved to go down to the pet store. And she fell in love with this white cockatoo.
I have a white cockatoo. I have one. My God.
Well, she wanted this white cockatoo. Well, they're like $2,500 back then. So we came home to talk to my husband, Christopher. And he looked at me and he said, well, if you guys can manifest $2,500,
I love
you
it.
can have. And I looked at him. My middle finger really wanted to come up right now. And I said, okay, honey. So I looked at Gabrielle and I said, you and mommy are going to ask the universe to bring us $2,500. And she went, come on, universe. Bring us 20.
Right, let's do it.
I swear to God, the next day in the mail, there was a residual for $2,400.
Yes.
I opened it and I said, Gab, we're going to go in and see Dad. Hold it like this. And we walked in and we said, Daddy, we have something to show you. And he walked over and he looked at it and he looked at me and he said, and I taught you this, didn't I?
How fabulous.
It works, guys. It works if you live it.
Right.
If you study it and read it.
Right.
And it works if you let it.
Right.
Yes.
Just let
but
it.
I have to ask you the question. I've had my screaming cockatoo for 45 years.
Wow.
What happened to yours?
Well, after it ate my daughter's bed.
I live with this thing.
I swear to God, it ate the whole bed. And then it climbed to the top of the telephone pole.
Oh.
And flew away.
We found it a fabulous home with a woman who had about 12 other cockatoos.
Oh,
wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
And we checked on it for a year and she said, Dee, I've got to tell you, your cockatoo is running the roost.
And there you go. Right.
running the roost. It's so happy. It's in charge of everybody. So
Oh, wonderful. That is exactly where it's supposed to be.
And lived happily ever after. Great end of story for you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Dee Wallace, thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
have got to have you back on to talk some more.
Absolutely.
You are just an
Oh,
absolute.
It's been a blast. I can talk about this
We had a
stuff
blast. Thank you.
forever.
But I just want to tell everybody, please go to her website at imdwallace.com. And once again, I just want to give a brief, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg, but you've starred in The Howling, Cujo, The Hills Have Eyes, Critters. I even watched you on Jeepers Creepers Reborn recently. It's like, why did you go back there? Haven't you ever seen one
Because
of
it was a pandemic and I needed the work.
Right, there you go. And
I
that's
was
the
like,
best
haven't
excuse
you ever
ever.
seen one of Dee Wallace's horror movies before? You never go back.
And the
But,
Frighteners. Don't forget the Frighteners.
Yes, the
Yes.
Frighteners. Yes, I have that down. Alligator 2, which I just watched a couple months ago.
Aliens
Stepford
from
Wives.
Uranus.
Aliens from Uranus.
Uranus.
I did not see that, but I love the title. I love the
Didn't miss
title.
much. Yeah.
But also appearances: Ellery Queen,
Yeah.
Starsky and
All
Hutch,
the
Policewoman,
TV.
Barnaby Jones, Heart to Heart, which
Oh my
Stephanie
God.
Powell's going to be on our show in a couple weeks.
Pull up on
Um,
IMDb, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
for all you've contributed to American film and American
Yeah.
entertainment. You've been such a force in there, and we're so grateful for you.
And thank you for all the people you continue to heal,
Yes, yes.
both through your
absolutely.
performance and through your ability to channel, even today. Thank you.
I honestly
you,
didn't
guys.
think I could love Dee Wallace anymore, and I do after chatting with
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Love you
But
guys.
please, but don't sign off. But we're
Okay.
finishing the
Take a
show. But
picture
yes,
after.
we'll come back.
Okay.
But thank you so much,
Thank
the
you.
fabulous Dee Wallace.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Attaboy. Bye, guys.